Coming up on 6:48 right now, time for the morning rush. We are now in the third week of the government shutdown, and some New Mexican workers are beginning to feel the effects. New Mexico Workforce Solutions says they have received more than 550 federal claims from Air Force bases, the Department of Agriculture, National Park Services, and even Indian Affairs. Others are now turning to unemployment benefits or food banks like Storehouse, New Mexico.
CYFD is paying out hundreds of thousands of dollars after a caseworker was accused of inappropriately touching a child. A lawsuit claims it happened in 2016 at Armijo Elementary School. The suit claims she asked the child to lift up the front of her shirt and groped her breast. She was let go, and CYFD is now paying out $250,000 to settle the lawsuit.
A busy Albuquerque bridge is set to see some improvements. The Department of Transportation says work on the Rio Bravo Bridge between Isleta and 2nd Street could begin as soon as next month. That reconstruction is the last major piece in a series of roadwork projects over the last few years. The $117 million project is scheduled to be complete in spring of 2029. Ryan.
And beautiful skies are forming with the sunlight starting to reverberate off the underbelly of the clouds with pink and purple colors. A chilly start, but a pleasant start. In the high 30s, low to mid 40s across the metro. Big temperature jumps once again today, but cloudier and eventually a little bit rainier.
A judge has reinstated Alec Baldwin's lawsuit against the prosecutors in his involuntary manslaughter case. The actor sued Special Prosecutor Carrie Morrissey and DA Mary Carmack all twice and others, claiming evidence linked to the deadly shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins was intentionally mishandled.
Sandoval County commissioners are set to vote on an ordinance that is to support the construction of a rocket manufacturing and testing facility near Rio Rancho. Last night, more than 100 concerned neighbors showed up to Cielo Azul Elementary, asking how they can live safely next to that facility. The county commissioners already approved $125 million in industrial revenue bonds for the development.
The Turquoise Museum will soon be looking for a new home. The museum moved from Colorado to Old Town Albuquerque back in 1993 and then relocated to downtown in 2018. Starting November 1st, the museum will be open only 3 days a week as staff prepares the collection for the move. The museum is touted as the largest collection of natural turquoise in the world. Ryan.
And stormy weather is soon to approach, and the major threats will be some rainfall, low to medium chance of some briefly moderate rainfall, and some wind. That's something that will really follow in tomorrow. So a bit of a temperature roller coaster the next few days. Even a little bit of mountain snow, but a very low impact coming from that.
The city of Albuquerque is now planning to display the progress they say they've made in reopening the Route 66 Visitor Center. The Department of Arts and Culture is having a pop-up event at the center this Saturday. It's going to be from 11 to 3, and it will feature live bands, food trucks, and a chance to see areas of the center as it gets ready to open for the public.
There is a brand new dining option now open for business at the Albuquerque Sunport. The city and Sunport held a grand opening for Burke Brews yesterday. Burke Brews is the second of several new dining options opening in the concourse as part of the Sunport's Dream of Flight terminal renovation project.
UNM has now begun its search for the next university president. The Board of Regents concluded their voting yesterday. That was to officially begin the search to replace current President Garnett Stokes, who's going to be retiring next July. An advisory committee will be appointed to find the qualified candidates. The same firm that led the search last time will be back for this time. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, looking mostly A-OK out there. No major incidents on the roadways. Taking a look right now at the Big I, we do notice that it is starting to pick up a little bit, I-40 East, but no really major incidents on the roadways. Traffic mostly up to speed. We'll have more updates later on.
A retired military canine was reunited with her handler. Erica, the Belgian Malinois, who served 7 years, is meeting back up with her partner, Air Force Technical Sergeant Tara Cummins. They were separated when Tara was assigned to a new base, but reunited by the American Humane Society, which reunites military canine teams.
And now it's time for the 5 facts.
At number 5, the Albuquerque Biopark is getting the community involved with the social media presence of their youngest resident. The Biopark shared that photo right there yesterday showing their baby hippo with her mom, Karen. That comes 1 week after the newborn's arrival. More than 200 comments have now poured in on the Biopark's Facebook page.
And number 4, happening today, Sandoval County commissioners are set to vote on an ordinance to support the construction of a rocket manufacturing and testing facility near Rio Rancho. At a meeting last night, more than 100 concerned neighbors asked how they can live safely next to the facility. The facility would be close to Northern Meadows and Camino Crossings. The leadership of the company, Castellion, tried to answer questions about noise pollution, health risks, and environmental impacts. Sandoval County commissioners already approved $125 million in industrial revenue bonds for the development.
And number 3, gorgeous sunrise colors are beginning to form. That's a sign of things to come. Stormier weather today in parts of the Four Corners, but the rain won't pack much of a punch compared to the past few storm systems. Nonetheless, isolated scattered showers and even thunderstorms are more likely today, especially into tomorrow across the state of New Mexico. And then a little bit cooler and calmer later Friday as conditions start to cool off and will dry out eventually later on.
At number 2, CYFD is paying out $250,000 after a caseworker was accused of inappropriately touching a child. A lawsuit claims in 2016 a CYFD worker went to Armijo Elementary School to investigate concerns after a student had a high number of school absences. The suit claims the worker interviewed the 3 siblings individually and alone, during which she asked the child to lift up the front of her shirt and groped her breast. Charges were never filed against her, but the family attorney says the caseworker was fired after the alleged incident. In a statement, a CYFD spokesperson says, quote, CYFD settled the case without addressing liability in lieu of potentially costly and lengthy litigation.
And at number 1, as we are now in the third week of the government shutdown, some New Mexican workers, they are beginning to feel the effects as they wait to see when they will get their next paycheck. New Mexico Workforce Solutions says that they have received more than 550 federal claims from Air Force bases, the Department of Agriculture, National Park Services, and Indian Affairs. Others are now turning to unemployment benefits or even food banks like Storehouse New Mexico. The Storehouse NM program manager recommends applying for the benefits sooner rather than later in case the shutdown continues.